Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is King Geo in the house. Hey, what's up? I was trying to do live yesterday, and the internet was bad, bad, bad. It was completely horrible. It was bad. It was real bad. Trying to reflect the light here, so I'm a little bit light. All right. So let's go. Today's topic. I know it's kind of it's Thursday, but I was talking about this topic with a friend of mine yesterday, or the day before yesterday, actually, and we were talking about we were talking of an array of things, right? And one of the topics that we were discussing was abortion, right? How many people say abortion is bad, that abortion is illegal, and abortion is legal, and women's rights. So we're talking about what about the men's rights? When a woman becomes pregnant and she decides to have an abortion, do we men have a right to decide and say, I don't want you to get an abortion? You should, or demand that she doesn't get an abortion? We never talk about that. And I just wanted to see from a female's perspective if we have that right, or from a male perspective, do we have that right? Because it takes two to tango, right? I can tell you from my experience, but I just want you guys to let me know about your experience, or if you have an experience like that, or if a girl you have an experience and your man has said yes or no, what it can be. I want to hear from you because, like I said, I have my experience. Um, I am I am I am pro-life, but I'm also pro-choice. I'm the balance of both because at what time do we say the embryo, the fetus, is a baby, and at what time it's a life? You know, there's a lot of things that goes around. I'm not in favor of women, and woman sleeps today, gets pregnant today, and then a month, gets pregnant, and then has an abortion, then 2 months later gets pregnant again, and she keeps getting pregnant over and over and over again. No, then that person should stop, and something should be done. But a person who just a woman who just got pregnant and can't bear the baby, and she chooses to abort early for whatever reason, I have to respect that. Um, I don't like it when they bring in religion, because when they bring in religion, they're missing one component of that religion. And I want to say that later on. So if it is some cases this topic gets to blow up, so and then I can be able to talk about it. But when a woman makes an abortion, when a woman takes an abortion, that's a tough choice. There are a lot of things that a woman could do. Also, they're like, if a woman doesn't want to have the child, and the child's already in her, and she doesn't want to give an abortion, she doesn't want to have an abortion. You know that every state in the United States has a law that after you give birth to that child, you can leave it at a police station, you can leave it at a fire station, you can leave it at a church with no question asked. I think every state's different, but I'm pretty sure it's up to 72 hours. So that is, you have choices. Condoms, if you don't want to prevent, and for men, just don't ejaculate inside of a woman. What's so hard about that? But I want to talk about this little topic because it's interesting, because as I want to get away from COVID. I want to get from everything. I want to get away from all that. I want to do something new. Um, and that is something new. The other thing that I want to talk about also with you guys is about fathers who have children who those children are not theirs because their woman cheated on them. Right now, they're paying child support. They've gone to court. They said the child is not mine. They've done a DNA, and they still pay child support. While the woman's with another man, they still pay child support. Ain't that something? So, those are the kind of things that we need to take care of. I'm trying to get a yoga instructor for our channel, so she can do some yoga with us. So that's in the works right now. I'm trying to get other people. I'm trying to get a member for the Black Lives Matter. That's good. That's in the works right now too. That's in the talks, should we speak. So, coming with different ideas for King Geo, and audience suggestion is taken. So if you guys have an idea that you think is going to pop, you just don't be giving me, investigate this guy, investigate that guy. When this guy only has 200 people following him or 300 people, no one cares about these people. Especially that you guys gave me, and I appreciate it. There's Papa Bear, whatever the case, Papa Grizz 56. He's a nobody. This guy's stupid. He looks inbred. He looks like an inbreed anyway. And he's so stupid. He has problems. You can see that he has emphysema or COPD, whatever the case may be. And he's smoking a pack of cigarettes a day. While he's doing his live, he's smoking a cigarette. And you see him cough. Those are people that I don't watch. I'm not into watching people who's not taking care of themselves. That person is not positive for me. That person doesn't do anything for me. Doesn't do anything for my image. He doesn't. If he was to talk positive things that would, say, wow, I could do that. I think, or if I feel low and I listen to his YouTube, I say, you know what, Big Pop, Grizzly Pop, he talks to Pop Grizzly, whatever, he talks positive things. That's going to move me. Then I'll do it. But always. Hey, 12 Ales, how you doing? I want to involve myself with people who are positive. Good evening, host. You want to talk about what I was talking about earlier on? Or do you have a subject that you'd like to talk about? And we'll go from there. So let's say hi to 12 Veils. I subscribed to her like 2 weeks ago. She got a pretty cool channel. So guys, hop over to her channel, bro. Show her some love. You're good. You're good. How was your day? How was your day? How was your evening? Where you from? So yeah. So when you guys tell me go investigate, what's my view on abortion? It mixes. It mixes because like I said, I'm pro-choice and I'm pro-life. If you're just having sex out there and having abortions left and right, then you shouldn't be doing that. But if you're a 14-year-old, or 16-year-old, or 18-year-old, 20-year-old, and let's just say you had sex and you took all the precautionary measures and you got pregnant, then I can see an abortion because you still have your whole life ahead of you. But to just say, you know what, I don't want this baby because it's just I'm more as I've gotten older, I'm more pro-life. I mean, I'm more pro-choice. It's up to the choice of the woman. The woman's the one that decides to do with her body. I'm not one to judge. No one should, not even the government should be able to judge. I mean, there's a limit where abortion should be set at. You should not do an abortion once that baby's fully breathing. Can't breathe on his own. It's in a womb, but it's able to move his hands. You can see his eyes. No, not that. But if it's in a fetus, it's 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, then yeah. But then after that, you got there's a limitation. But I'm pro-choice. I mean, who am I to say what you can do with your body, right? Only God can judge you, not me. That's when you have people when you have religion people come into this. Oh, abortion is this. They don't even know what they're talking about. They just like to put in God's word and everything, and they don't even know the Bible. So some of it to some people, some women are condescending, and some others, But I believe in pro-life, depending on what it is, depending how it is. If you got rape, abortion, you don't want to see that. As much as you want the kid and stuff like that, you don't want to see. I think this is me. You don't want to see that child. Then when every time you see him, it reminds you of that rapist. You don't want to do that. Then that's something, and then you won't be able to love the child the way you really want to love that child because it reminds you of what happened before. So I could see that. Incest, I can see that too. You don't want to have a child of your father or your uncle. No, you don't want to do that. I'm a female from New York City, and I don't believe in abortion. Okay, so why don't you believe in abortion? It's got to be a reason. It's good. It's good. She's from New York City. I'm from New York City too. I'm from the Boogie Down Bronx, but I moved to North Carolina back in February. Yeah, we moved here in February. She doesn't believe in abortion. That's why a lot of people don't believe in abortion. Well, okay. Life is a gift. You're correct. Life is a gift, but you know, life is a gift, but you want that gift to have everything. You want that gift, and I'm not talking about millionaires. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about it at all. Life is a gift, but life. God gave the ability to most of us, to most men and women, to have children, and God wanted us to have children in abundance, to procreate, to fill the world. Um, a gift to me in life itself was my nephew. My nephew was a gift to my sister because he lasted only 20 some odd years, but he was a gift because he taught us a whole lot, and then he had to go. But yes, but life is a gift, but there are people out there who don't see it that way. There are people that see it from a perspective as to this is inside me. I want to take care of it, but yet you can't take care of it because you have no money, you have no food, you have nothing. So you're bringing that gift that you call a gift into this world, and it's going to suffer. The person's not going to think, well, let me give it up for adoption, which they should do, so this child can have a better life. Which I'm all for that. You give birth, give it up for adoption, and let that child have a good life. But most of the time they don't do that. They have, like you said, life is a gift. That child comes to this world suffering, no food, no place to live. Then what do you do then? As much as a gift, and having a child is also having a responsibility. It's not easy just to have a child because it's a gift. You have to have responsibility. You have to. Let's just say an 18-year-old. I'll give you an example. An 18-year-old who's always having fun, always partying. Now that 18-year-old, once that 18-year-old becomes pregnant and gives birth, that 18-year-old has to leave that life behind and start taking care of that child. That's kind of hard to do nowadays. Most girls, even men, are not willing to do that. So what kind of life are you going to give this gift? That's my concern. Well, there's a lot. Well, yes, it's true, but there's a lot. See, you wrote the world isn't perfect and people can be selfish. But if a man doesn't want kids, he can have an operation, and the female can have her tubes tied up. And I agree with you. That is completely true. But how many women and how many men do that? How many women and how many men do that? Not too many. A man will give you an example. I'll give you an example. I've known friends. I've been around friends that goes, oh no, I don't wear a condom because it's too tight. I don't wear a condom because it bothers me. And I tell them, you don't wear a condom because you're lazy. Okay? Because once you put that condom on and you with the girl, you're not going to feel it. You're really not going to feel it because you're into the female. And the female, being that she wants the guy, she's going to say, okay, fine. Okay, do it, but don't come inside me. Excuse my French. Don't come inside me. So, they don't listen. The man's going to do it anyway because he's not responsible. So you're taking it, it's like a catch-22. Damn if you do, damn if you don't. So, yes, you can have your tubes tied, and yes, you can have this tied, but it's kind of hard for them to do. It's really a tough one to answer. That's true, Bruce. But yeah, everybody's different, As long as people are having sex without protection, I don't agree they don't want to have kids. So you're saying that those people who are having sex without protection, is because they want to have kids? Not too many. Not every woman want to have kids. Not every man want to have kids. It just comes down. It comes down to basis. If you don't want to have kids, then use protection. That's plain and simple. But like I said, when you tell a man do a protection, it comes with an excuse. Oh, the condom doesn't work. Or I don't like condoms. So I'm allergic to this. Or I'm allergic to that. It don't fit. And the female believes that, okay, fine. As long as you don't ejaculate inside me, we're okay. And like I said, we know that's not going to happen. And then when she is pregnant, what happens? He comes by and he backs out. It ain't mine. I don't know who you slept with. I can't have kids. Not everyone can have kids either. I know that, but most women can. All right. So if you're married and don't want children, do you strap it up? No, you don't strap it up. You just use protection. She goes on a pill. You do your thing, and you keep it at that. That's plain and simple. There are a lot of couples. There's a lot of reasons why people don't want to have kids. Maybe there's a responsibility, or they don't want to have, they don't want to be changing diapers. They think that having a kid may tie them down, or they still have a lot to live. They still want to travel. They still want to do this. No, I know ejaculation. I know ejaculation is not the only concern. You got STDs. I understand that. But what I'm trying to say, well, let me ask you a question, 12 Veils. If you were pregnant and you wanted to get an abortion, would you let the baby's father tell you if you can, you can't? Yeah, kids are a pain. I know kids are, you gotta love kids. You gotta love kids, no matter what. You gotta love kids. There are some mothers that have kids, and I know a few that have no kids, don't even talk to their kids from birth. Go figure. The PCA regarding sex is clear. And what is that? The question was, if you were pregnant and you wanted to get an abortion, would you talk to the baby's father about the abortion? And would his decision, his voice, change your mind, or you would stay at you want an abortion? And I'm asking this because most women don't ask their man. They just go ahead and do it. Because I had a girl, I had a girl, and she got pregnant. And we were to the 4th month, we heartbeat and everything. That's what I think. That's what I was saying. It should be on both. But like I said, the question is, abortion is a sole decision. The question is abortion a sole decision on the woman or both? I didn't have that chance. So when my ex at that time was pregnant, like I said, we did 4 months of we went through the OBGYN for 4 months, and then she decided to have an abortion without without me knowing about it. So when she came out and I found out, she said she lost it when I came out, and when I found out, I said, "Well, you didn't tell me." "Oh, I didn't do it." I said, "You should have told me, because I wanted to talk to you." And even though my choice would have been no, I don't want you to get an abortion. But at the end of the day, it's your decision. If you decide to get an abortion, even though I say no, but I'm gonna still be with you. I'm gonna be right there next to you. I'm gonna support you. But you know that my decision is no, because at the end of the day, it's her body. But at least I got a choice. At least I got to say it. I would have an abortion. Yeah, I know, but I didn't say you would. I'm just saying it hypothetically. You can't, if the doctors tell you, listen, your son is gonna go, your daughter's gonna come out with all these deformities, and is only gonna live maybe 2 or 3 years, or maybe 2 or 3 months. Are you still gonna have that baby? Let's just say if it has to have a brain and one eye. I'm just giving you. And you're going to bring that baby into the world and let that baby suffer for 2 or 3 months? That would be selfish, don't you think? And I would involve the father the entire way. Okay, see, that's you. See, so congratulations. That's one. But most women don't think like that. Yeah, so I had no choice. I'll give you an example. I'm HIV positive, right? And before I met my wife, I told my wife my status anyway. But I've always told whatever girl I was involved with, I always told my status. Why? Because number one, it's the responsible thing to do. And number two, at that moment in time, if she chooses to be with me, then that's her choice. And if she chooses not to be with me, that's also her choice. And either way, I would respect her. But It is my choice. I can choose to tell her, I can choose not to tell her. But my conscience always told me to tell. Watching from Los Alamos National Laboratory land, Los Alamos and Office Scientific Research. Thank you. You're welcome, Quantum Generator. Oh, Quantum Generator. All right, that sounds good. Smash that like, hit that smash, hit that like button, guys. We got Quantum watching from Los Alamos, New Mexico, Office and Research Development. There you go. Nobody should judge anyway. Nobody's perfect, and that's between the couple. Who cares what anyone says? Well, that is true. But what I'm saying is that I want to bring this question up because we never. Okay, Quantum Generator says for a lot of women, marriage is like landing a dream job. Then a couple of years later, demanding half ownership in the business that hired you. Yeah, it's true. If you come think about it, there's a lot of divorces going around nowadays. The divorce rate is high. For a lot of women, marriage is like landing a dream job. Then a couple of years later, demanding half ownership in the business that hired you. That is true. I mean, me personally, when I met my wife, we lived together for 3 years because my first marriage didn't work out. Not because of me, but it just didn't work out. So I said, I don't want to do this all over again. So let's just live together. And if in 3 years or less than that, but I took 3. If in 3 years I can live with your bull crap and I can deal with this and I can deal with that, I don't think you're going to change that much in 3. I mean, if you're going to change, you'll change. If not, so then if I didn't like the way she was, and then you know what? You go your way, I go my way. What I spent 3 years. Okay, fine, no problem. Then I can find somebody else. She can find somebody else. But to dive into a marriage, because it's true, a woman's dream is to get married. Oh, I want to get married. And all of a sudden, things changes, and a lot of things change when you get married. It's like when Eddie Murphy said in I think it was in Delirious. When you bring an African woman from Africa who speaks no English, and then she meets a woman here in America, and she gets Americanized, and she just wants half. And women don't care about your struggles. They just wait at the finish line and pick the winners. Quantum Generator. He's generating a lot. All right. I can respect that, Quantum. Hey, women are women. Oh, but you got your good women out there, man. You just gotta. It's kind of hard to find a good one, but you got them out there just the same way. It's kind of hard to find yourself a good man. I know a lot of girls who have said no to me because I'm too nice. Because the word they use, you're not thug enough. Those were their words. Yes, it's true. I think some females are insensitive and hurt men by using the kids. I listen to the men advocating for the rights, and that is very true. I see a lot of women who do that. They go through a divorce or they separate, or you're not going to go see your son, you're not going to see your daughter, you're not going to go see this, you're not going to go see that. And at the end of the day, who that hurt? Not only hurts the father, but it hurts the kid. Oh, a woman wants a man with a good future, and a man wants a woman with a good past. That makes good sense. I like that. I always say to a person who's going to divorce amicably, and even if you're not married, if you're going to separate amicably, because in the middle it's that child, and that child will understand when mommy and daddy separated. And a child needs his father, and a child needs his mother. They need both. Yes, I know. Some women would just get pregnant and not care, because they're so infatuated with that guy that they'll want to get pregnant. You say, "Oh, don't use the condom. What it can be." They'll want to get pregnant, and once they get pregnant, they go, "Oh, I have him. Now I have him. Now I have him timed out. Now he's mine." They don't even think about the baby. They only think about themselves. I like that. I like what he put. I'm gonna put that. A woman, I like that. A woman want a man with a good future, and a man want treat her like a celebrity, and she would treat you like a fan. Ooh, quantum God. I don't support females that tell the kids that they both the father and the mother. They do full of both. They're full of bullshit. But what happens? What happens when the child's father's not there? What happens when the child's mother's not there? I took care of my daughter. My daughter's mother left her, and I'm not gonna say us because I don't care about me. My daughter's mother left her when she was 10 months old for another guy, and I still with my daughter until the age of 18. When she turned 11, that's when I met my wife, my now wife, and she was helping me out. But from the age of 10 months old all the way to the age of 11, I was alone with my daughter, with the help of my mom in Puerto Rico, of course. But I was alone. My daughter. I don't even think my daughter to this day has seen her mom, and she does. They live in New York. I knew a female that lied to a guy that she was pregnant just so he would marry her. It happens. It happens. That is true. You see that every day, every day. And men are so dumb that they fall for it. I tell you, you're pregnant. You tell me you're pregnant. Let's do a DNA. I want to make sure that that's my kid. Of course, there are wicked women out there. That's why back in the day, like 10 years ago, in Florida, New York, but more in Florida, they had order protections, and women were taking out order protection out of men a lot. The man will leave the house. They'll call the cops. Oh, he hit me, and then the cop come and arrest them. And then once they go to court, they'll say, "Oh no, I don't want to press any charges." Blah blah blah. So the DA will drop the charges. But those cases like that became redundant over and over and over again. That the DA in Florida decided to say, you know what? From now on, if you call the cops and we arrest someone, I mean, if you say you don't want to press charges, someone's going to jail. And if you decide to press charges, we're going to pick up the charges. When it comes to advice, men give women advice. When it comes to advice, men give women excellent advice because it's based on empirical evidence and truth. But this way, we have men have ruled the world for most of the time, and we have World War One, World War Two. We've had the Civil War. We had a lot of wars, and all caused by men. I haven't seen a war caused by a woman yet. Yeah, a lot of girls got game. You know, and if there was just straight up, and then it'll be okay. But it's not like that, and some women are like that. I went to in Puerto Rico for child support, not for me because I was doing it for my baby's mom. And did you know a woman for two kids? She went up there because she wanted to raise her allowance. She said that $3,500 is not enough. And by the time women figured out who was telling them the truth, their most prized possession, youth and fertility, are gone forever, leaving them with 45 of life to wallow in their misery. Well, that is true. So I am assuming with all these quantum generators' thoughts, I'm assuming that his love life or her love life wasn't going so well. But it's all good, man. I understand that. I don't support bullshit either. Look, I've had friend of mine who had the word is had that they get the girls pregnant and then they get themselves a boyfriend, and all of a sudden he jumps into the picture. Yo, that's my baby. After he's never been with the baby, doesn't know what the baby looks like. The baby don't know him. And I'm like, yeah, what you doing, bro? Now you want to jump into the picture because she has another man in her life? Get the fuck out of here. You should have done that shit a long time ago. You know? That's what it is. Hey, 12 Veils, I'm giving away a Call of Duty for November 13th. So if you know anyone that wants to win or get a chance to win, let me know. I don't write some people's name down that just got up earlier on. A lifetime of science. Ooh, that's cool. Well, what are you working at now? Quantum generator. That reminds me of the Big Bang Theory. which is good. We got a scientist in the house. Bruce, did you leave? 12 bases here. So yeah, and I got 19-year-olds, so enter me in the giveaway. All right. So I'm going to enter 12 veils. Okay, I'll put you here, 12 veils. Put this in pen. $12 veils. Right the Rachel. I gotta put them in numbers. Yours would be number 10. And you put number 11, number 12. Because these will be generated by computer. You like my Pennywise hat? I think he's cool. The movie sucked though. I have a 9-figure of disposable income, no debt, good health, no kids. What's missing in my life? But when the air back at Channel 7, wow, that was when Stephen King had it. When Stephen King made, well, this is a Stephen King. So Quantum says he has a 9 figures at his disposal income, no debt, good health, no kids. What's missing in my life? I mean, are you happy that way, Quantum Generator? That you have no kids? Do you have a love in your life? Or you have a love interest in your life? Do you have good health, which is great? No kids? That's that's your choice. Some people feel good not having kids. Not everybody's meant to be a parent. Oh, what's missing in his life is that he's biased and bitter. I don't know. I'm not here to judge. I am not here to judge. If that's what makes him happy, that's what makes him happy. You know? So yeah, so where from New York you from, 12 Veils? You should go watch my video that I did with Peter Guns. And that was last week. Yeah, Pennywise. I wonder what the next. The first movie was okay. The second movie was just too childish. The only part that I didn't like about it, the Pennywise, the second movie, is when he took that little kid and when he was in the carnival. That was the only part that I didn't like. But I think it was just so fake, and he grows and he doesn't just. He wasn't like Freddy Krueger back in the days when Freddy Krueger was scary. Then they started making jokes of it when Chucky was a little bit scary. And they started making all these Chucky movies, and no, that was stupid. Like the movie, if you like scary movie, watch, even though it's old, watch Evil Dead. Evil Dead, the original, was great. But then they started making Evil Dead 2, and then the guy with a chainsaw in his hand, that became more stupid. And just some movies you just gotta leave alone. He says, take it from someone who knows fully of gravitational time dilators, temporary transversible wormholes, and Planck portals. I love knowing the secrets behind the secrets. We know the nature of life. Oh, hey, that's good. You from Manhattan? That's cool. I was a messenger. My first job in New York was Manhattan. I was a messenger in Manhattan. I'm one of the happiest people you will ever meet. Well, I would hope so. We all happy in our little way. And gravitational time dilators. That's what makes your boat float. Hey, it's good for you, bro. But most of what you say here, those are theory, except for the gravitational time dilator, temporary transvertible wormholes. Well, we got wormhole Planck portals. That's another. That's another thing. I know there's life in other planets, but I hang in the Bronx all the time, mainly in Grand Concourse and Fordham Road. Yeah, but Grand Concourse and Fordham Road, it's not what it used to be. It's not. I remember when we had Alexander there, we had Valentine Theater, we had the RKO Theater. Oh, thank you, Quantum. I appreciate it. You know what? Let me ask you a question, Quantum. Who's your favorite? Albert Einstein or Aristotle? If you had to choose, I give you one. I put it in. Let's take Aristotle out. Einstein or Tesla. Can't put Thomas Edison in there because he cheated. He cheated his way through. Yeah, so those were the time the Grand Concourse. But they used to have. They still do, but it's not the way it was. Is Grand Concourse going towards like Kingsbridge, Grand Concourse, and this is Grand Concourse. I forgot this street right here where Alexander used to be at, but it's going down like the RKA Theater, RKO, where Dr. J's was at. And they have a Hindu place, and they used to sell some good gyros there. But the Bronx has changed a lot. Q needs a hug. Yes, UFOs are real. Some are property we own, and some are the world's devices. Most of it is witnesses is our own. I respect Tesla. I respect Tesla too. They say he died hearing things, but you know when you're that smart, you become so engulfed with your own self that you forget that there is a world out there. Albert Einstein was a man that he loved science so much that when his daughter died, he didn't even go see his daughter. He didn't even go to his daughter's funeral. You could take Albert Einstein and put him in the middle of the. You could put him in the middle of the world. You could put him in the Bronx, wherever it is, and he would not be able to survive. You put him in a room with scientists, he thrives. I mean, that's not to me. I mean, I love science, but to be cooped up all the time and not be able to travel and see the world. Well, I believe in UFOs. I believe that there are other life forms. We just can't be the only ones. It's impossible in a galaxy that's so vast. All right, that is infinite. There has to be. You know, and when I see those on Facebook, and you see these flying objects, those are all people being stupid. But I do believe that there's this life out there. There could be a life out there that we all look alike. There could be a life out there that's smarter than we are. Maybe not in our solar system, but in somewhere else solar system. And it just takes time. We may never get there, but they can get here. I will give you a nugget. Death is a human construct. It does not exist. So, okay, so if death is a human construct and it does not exist, so what happens to you once you die? I'm not talking about your physical self. Because we do have a conscience. And that's what gives us the difference between right and wrong. So what happens to you? What happens to the inside of you? And I'm not talking about the physical part that happens to you once you die. You will experience and have experienced every instant of so-called life. You, me, him, we are instances of the same life, separated by we call death. So what is this? What is this more of a loop? Because scientists don't believe in God, but yet they cannot explain a lot of things. But that's cool though. Yes, I believe that. I believe that there are infinite numbers of universe, each with different physical properties. I believe that. But my thing is this: when you die, what happens to you? Do you loop? Do you stay here? Where do you hear? Where here do you go? Do you just? Of course he is. Of course. Yes. 12. Yes. Most scientists are single. Death doesn't exist. Okay. He's drinking too much. So if death doesn't exist, what happens to us when we close our eyes? It's not just no. Well, that's kind of hard to say, but he writes, advanced species who evolved past a need for a superstition, the need for a god, and other myths gave us the answer. Okay, I can respect that. I can respect that. Hey, Quantum, you do know that my podcast or whatever you want to call it, I do this live every day sometimes. And if you want to, you can always call in. We could do a live. If you don't want to show your face, you don't have to show your face. And we could do a live and we could talk about science. I'm a big science fan. I went to Bronx High School of Science. So, and the internet is slowing down. Why is my water? Life exists all around us. We are visited all the time, and our civilian space program has found all kinds of things on the moon to indicate civilization previous, if not current. Emotion is probably not a factor either. At this stage, we are too intellectually and technologically feeble to detect, much less comprehend the kind of communication that occurring amongst much more advanced species. Oh, I'm not going to take away. I would never take away from science that life and other planets don't exist. Of course they do, but I I love science, but I also believe in God. No, we gotta respect 12 veils. We gotta respect everybody, right? Great minds like his is the one that brought us cures for certain things, taught us how to build. There has been covert colonization of our solar system. Maybe we have been presented with such a false understanding of reality, and we are given a glimpse of the truth. It appears to us as science fiction. Perhaps we cannot recognize the truth. Who knows? Maybe this life is just a program for the next life. Maybe you go from here and poof, you go to another world. You're like, where I was just at. Never know, right? Because no one has yet to come back from the dead except Jesus Christ. Hello, my life is. I mean, what death is about. This is an interesting conversation. I appreciate it. Thank you for joining in, Quantum Generator. Let me write these people down. Do I got this guy named down? Antonio Moreno. Yes, I do. I need another one. More notification. Coin Samuel. So that's all you do in that bubble of yours is look at space. Number 13 is Justin Romero. Okay. From my observation, I wonder if Q dates females like them bowling or plays basketball. It's possibly not necessarily. And then he writes, the hardware has always been there. The only discrepancy is that only a collective few actually know how to use it. Behind the Green Door, a lifetime of science. Sorry, guys, is that I'm writing the names for the sweepstake for the game. So far, I got 12 people. You're there too, 12. I got another piece. I got to get another card. Behind the green, but that's all you do in there. Do you go out? Do you mingle among the street? Do you meet other people? Not meet other scientists. Do you meet other people that are not associated with your kind of work? You think 12 is drinking too much? Whoa. So we started this with abortion and we ended up talking about quantum physics. Or how infinite the universe is. I mean, you could have told me, you like some. I have a lonely insistence. Knowledge isn't evil. People are. Well, knowledge isn't evil, but knowledge isn't evil. All right. But behind that knowledge, you need some affection. You need someone to hold you. You need someone to caress you. I mean, what kind of life is? I mean, I'm not judging you now, but I'm saying, that. I mean, to you that may be great, and I applaud you for that. To each his own. But to say that that you live a lonely life because you choose to, but we all trust me when I tell you this. As much as a scientist that you are, we all need affection. You've already said that. That's true. It's his choice to live lonely. I don't care if my IQ is 300 and I discover the cure for all illnesses. I'm gonna still have a hoochie mama next to me. I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Let me tell you something. Through every successful man, there's always been a woman next to him. Exactly. We weren't meant to be alone. To be honest, we weren't meant to be alone. People choose to be alone, but that's his choice. So I respect that. You know how many? Put it in quantum generator. You choose to be alone, but you know how many girls like a smart guy, and you can talk to them, and you can show them that telehabu or that telescope that you have in the green room, and say, "Yo, mama, I can teach you. You know, I can teach you the stars. I can teach you the constellations. I can tell you your sign from him. All that kind of stuff. They'll eat it up." And it's true, 12. Every successful man has had a woman. I tell my wife, and I can tell you this live. I tell it to I've told her many times. My wife is my ride or die. If I was told, yo, G, your wife needs a heart, and you guys are a match, if it was possible, I said give her mine. Yeah, you got to 12. You think that I'm going to be 70 years old and be lonely and be like, well, no, I'm too funny to be lonely. That's why my wife loves me. Yeah, he gotta have a hoochie mama, bro. So the knowledge I live with the analyst to being a billionaire, but I have to live on an island in the middle of nowhere and can't ever spend it. So what's the point? What's the point of being a billionaire? Look at Stephen Hawking. I mean, he got he got the disease that he got. But do you think he actually enjoyed life? At the end, towards his life, he said there is a God. After all, no, I'm just saying. What's the point? What's the point? I'm just giving you an example. 12. What's the point of having $1 billion and not spend it, or at least give to charity that make well me? I give to charity so it can make me feel better. Give to us to make me feel better. What am I gonna do with $2 billion? Yeah, I'm gonna live good, but that's what I signed up for. Working in the black budget world is extremely lonely. Hey, Quantum, you should give 12 your address. I think she's gonna give you a hug. What about it, 12? Give him a hug, or take him to Hunts Point in the Bronx strip club. That's what you need, Quantum. You need a strip club. You need to get away from that and just enjoy life just a little bit. What do you think, 12? You can't leave your assignment ever? Can I send you porn? What is this? Like, is this job like being the Pope? You bequeath for it for life? Ever, ever, ever. That's a lot, bro. I don't know, but I like to enjoy life. I enjoy life. I try to enjoy life. I love life. So you never leave the green door. You're always stationed there. You never go home. Do you have a home? Because you're in New Mexico. There's not too many things to do in New Mexico. I never been there, and just the name sounds boring. But I know there's a lot of Mexicans though, but Mexican Americans. Sorry, I don't want to offend anybody. Nah, he's missing a lot on a strip club. Yo, he's in New Mexico. I think there's a lot of strip clubs in New Mexico with a bunch of little Tijuana little girls. I think he'll enjoy that. Is above top secret? If it was top secret, we wouldn't be here, don't you think? Well, thank you, Quantum. Just make sure that you subscribe to my channel and you hit that notification bell. So when you're alone in your bubble and my video comes up, boom, 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 you know it's me. So if your name Quantum Generator is ever figured out and you decide to change your name, you can always do this to me. Hold on. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. Whenever you come up with something new, let me know. Like I said, I enjoy science. I think science is one of the things that not I think I know that I excelled in school. I love everything from astronomy. My favorite part is the human body. It's the heart. I know that there's life out there. We've been it's been hidden from us because people don't understand or would not be able to comprehend. The first thing they do if they was to get an alien, they would want to strap him or her out in a chair and ask him 20,000 questions and blah 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 blah. Yeah, 12. Here we are, Manhattan in the Bronx. Well, I appreciate you being here, Quantum Generator. Much love, bro. This internet is slow. Don't ever get Spectrum. Spectrum is horrible. So here we started. Translating communication from some species to human language is labor intensive. Some say it's analogous to translating quantum mechanics into the grunts of a chimpanzee. But you don't have to. You don't listen. Put it this way, man. You don't have to know how to speak alien. If they come in peace, because they come in peace, they will destroy us anyway. If they came all the way from wherever the hell they're at, so you know they're more advanced than we are. Because all we could do is go to the moon. Dímelo, dímelo, Michael, ¿qué la que hay? So they're advanced, so they do come in peace. So you don't need to speak to them. Just you give them a Hershey bar and then see what they give you in return. And if they got here, they're smart enough, they'll probably learn our language like this. Don't you think, 12? Why are you crying, 12? Why are you crying? The fall is upon us. Next week is fall. It's going to be cold. Yo estaba hablando ahorita, Michael, de aborto. Y después empezamos a hablar con uno ahí que dice que es un científico. Traditional woman, what can I do for you? Are you a misogynist? And a civilization flourishes when a woman, what can I do for you? And a feminist woman is, what can you do for me? Well, women have been oppressed for thousands of years. Women have been put underneath the table for thousands. Forget about slavery. But women have suffered a lot. For you to say, what can I, when a woman says, what can you do for me, and civilization crashes, as to oppose, and a woman says, what can I do for you, if civilization flourishes? I don't know about that. You've been in that bubble a little bit too long, buddy. Rabbits have a lot of babies. That's a good one. Deflection. I like that. Yeah. Oh man, you made my night, bro. That was cool. Michael, no te corremos, no está, eso no es así. El hombre no es que manda. I'm laughing so hard, I'm crying. That's why I said Albert Einstein. Well, Albert Einstein married his own cousin too. That was kind of gross. And he had a kid with her. And when his daughter died, he didn't even go to the funeral. So you know what? He didn't even have emotions. All he thought was science. And then rabbits have a lot of babies. Why does rabbit have so many babies? Then you go, Quantum. That question is for you. Why do rabbits have a lot of babies? So yeah, so that's kind of harsh, bro. Yes, I'm correct, or yes, you're a misogynist. Which one? Because remember, you came out of a woman. If it wasn't for a woman, you wouldn't be here. Well, none of us would. I appreciate you. I would like and most definitely subscribe. Well, thank you, Quantum. I also have Super Chat, which means that you can donate to my channel. El aborto era que, más o menos, que cuando una mujer se iba a hacer un aborto, que si el hombre tenía el derecho de opinar. Entonces, esas son decisiones que le hace la mujer. Yo solamente digo. So if you ever wanna, okay, he's not a misogynist. Cool, I like that. So if you ever want to donate to my channel, you can. You know, because YouTube does not pay very well if you have low subscribers. And rabbits have a lot of babies. Go figure. So that's gonna be my thing. Have a blessed night too, Q. Thank you. 12. You know what I want to do from now on? Whenever I have a fight with my wife, an argument, not a fight, but an argument, and she gets rambunctious, I'm gonna say, hey babe, why do rabbits have a lot of babies? Just to deflect. And you're like, what? Yeah, but Michael, you said of course he has a right. It's his seed, but it's her body. That's what I was leading to. Then this internet's slow. They wouldn't even open my Gmail. I gotta get another internet. Gotta get another internet. Spectrum is hard. Well, mind you, my internet's right there. It started good, and plus my internet's not even. Let me see. What's the upload to this? My speed test. Well, my speed test is good. My speed is 73.85. And download is 18.98. So why is this just so slow? Take the internet off my. Give me some more internet. Exacto, pero sí tiene derecho también. Pero derecho para qué? Tiene derecho de opinar, pero no tiene derecho de decir no vas a abortar y no vas a abortar. Eso es imposible. Porque al fin y al cabo el cuerpo es de ella. Yeah, 12. Q has left. I hope I don't go. Did you 12? Do you watch the hundreds? I want to get on my next one. I want to get a woman who has gotten an abortion and a woman who is not having an abortion, so we all can get the spectrum of it. Because you know what? It gets me mad when other people say stupid shit without knowing facts. You know, there's a lot of people that like to give an opinion, and no matter what they do, their opinion is their opinion, and if there's not their opinion, then nothing's right. Yeah, el cuerpo de ella, 12, Michael's saying is, yeah, at the end of the day, the body's hers, so she'll do whatever she wants. But we as a man, we don't get, some of us good men, we don't get included in that decision. Even if we say, no, don't do it, at least you got the chance to say, no, don't do it. You know? Not to go off and wonder and just get the abortion like it was in my case, and then to have a say. You know, here I was 4 months, and we got the baby's name. It was a girl. We had her name. We already we had things that we were gonna do, and but the Volunteers 12 is that it's a show, a TV show. The Volunteers is that I'm trying to get guests like for topics like this, because you and I can give our opinion. But I want to have an opinion. I want to get a guest as a woman who has gotten an abortion and as to why she got the abortion. And then another woman who maybe perhaps was going to have an abortion and then did have an abortion because she decided not to for whatever reason it is. So we can compare, why she did it, why she almost didn't do it, stuff like that. So there are a lot of people that like I said, there are a lot of people who like to give an opinion without knowing. because most people who give an opinion are a lot of people who goes, well, that's what the Bible says. The Bible says, "Thou shalt not kill." You know, so that for them they say, oh, it's for them to say it's a sin, right? But here we go again. These people that are religious say God gave you a gift, which was the gift of life. So that child is of God. And then I'll tell you, God also wants you to have a baby, but God wants you to have a baby while you're in marriage, not out of wedlock. It says it very clear. Doesn't want you to have a baby out of wedlock. So this having a baby out of wedlock is not a sin, but procreating a baby out of wedlock, it's a sin. But it's not a sin. Having an abortion is a sin, but having a baby out of wedlock is not a sin. So you cannot blame this if you cannot blame this. Without this, you don't have this. The Hundreds is about it's a space it's a space generated show. It has 7 seasons. This is the last, where the earth was disseminated. It was completely gone, and they got some survivors that were in space, and there were 100 kids. And what happened is that they sent these 100 kids to Earth after a certain amount of time to see if there was civilization on this planet. And as they went through civilization, they encountered this, they encountered that. It's a good show. See that right there. If a woman aborts because of financial reasons, then she shouldn't be having sex. Then she should take that and give full birth and adopt that child and give that child to a loving home, to a woman who cannot have kids. You don't want no drama. No, this is not a drama channel. This is a channel where we have to respect one another. You could be messing with a panel. No, I'll probably end up weaning them out before I put them on the air. You'll probably have more. Guests are never the problem. Callers are the problem. Oh, because I thought you watched it, and I wanted to see if you saw yesterday's episode. Because I didn't watch yesterday's episode, so I wanted to see something about it. So I'll watch it later on tonight. But it's a good show. That's something Q should watch. There's a lot of good shows out there. But it's always good to have two sides. Yes, it's on Netflix. The first 6 seasons, yes. And if you don't got Netflix, you can always go to Kodi. If you got an Android box or an Android phone or an Android TV. Or you have a Fire Stick, you can always get Kodi too on a Fire Stick. All my shows that I'm supposed to watch this month, Law and Order, The Good Doctor, all because of COVID, we're not going to see. Yeah, it's a good show. Watch it. Because I was watching The Walking Dead, and that gets boring after a while. I binged, not to lie to you, I binged on the first 3 seasons. Because I didn't see it until like 2 years ago. 4 years ago. My wife was like, "You haven't seen you haven't seen The Walking Dead?" I'm like, "No, I don't want to watch that. Everybody's watching it." And I'm not a fan of people watching a lot of shows. So I watched the first show, I got interested in it. So I spent like 2.5 days just watching it straight. And then I watched it religiously every Sunday until the 6th season. I'm like, oh man, this gets so boring. How many zombies are going to kill? What's going to happen? I'm like, nah. Netflix has a good show. I saw a show on Prime the other day about a girl and a father, who her father is an assassin. It's called Hannah, Hanna. Her father's an assassin, and they killed his mom, and he trains her to be a killer to defend herself. So there's 2 seasons. There's 2 seasons. Season 3's coming out. That's a good show too. If you like the yes, it's good to have both sides. You have to have both sides. You cannot be one-sided. You know, every story has 2 sides of the story. So you cannot go, okay, this happened. He beat me up because he wanted to beat me up. No, but why did he hit you? If he's a bully, there's a different story. But this, Roberto Williams, what? What you mean, what? What's going on here? We were talking about abortion. Do you agree? If a man should have a say when it comes to his woman or his girl or whatever is going to have an abortion. No way. Really? So you hooked up with Q. You and Q were together then. I see. Roberto says no. Why shouldn't he? Why shouldn't a man have why shouldn't a man be able? Yes, it's her body. But what if you want to have that kid? Yeah, the movie Hannah, it's a derivative of that movie, but it's a good show. It's on Prime. It's a good show. See, people like Robert says it's her body is because he gets a girl pregnant and it doesn't bother him if she keeps it or not because he's like, I don't got no responsibility. That pool time was good. Just fucking with you. Like I said, when my ex had an abortion, I at least would want to have a say. I'm not gonna say that she's not gonna do it because, like I said, at the end of the day, it's her body. But I wanted at least to say, I wanted to be at least to be known that I didn't agree with her. I didn't agree with her decision, but I must stand by her because she's at the end of the day, she's my woman. What I can me, so I have to stand by her. But I don't agree with it, and that's it. This isn't an apartment or a house or a car that you can say, okay, you take this, you take that. This is about we're talking about a human body that we have no say, but we have an opinion, and that opinion should matter. Like 12 was saying earlier on, there are a lot of women who use that pregnancy thing to hold on a man. If a man ain't for you, a man ain't for you. Just let it go. What do you think, 12? Would you cry for a man, 12? A man that ain't your daddy or your son. But if you went out with a man and you've been with him like for 2 or 3 years, and he said, "Yo, this shit is over," are you gonna cry for him? Yeah, but Robert, but you can give your opinion. At the end of the day, you give your me. I wanted to give my opinion because I would have felt better. Because I would have felt better within myself that I do believe in God, and I do believe that one day we're going to meet the ones we love. And I don't want to meet the one that I love and say, I was the cause of your abortion. I was the cause. No, I don't want to do that. No, I would never stop a girl. Yeah, she did it behind my back. I mean, we were doing everything. We went to sonograms. We did everything. She was 4 months pregnant. Her thing was that she was a Catholic girl. She was the only girl in her family. And when I say only girl in her family, she was the only girl in her family. Everybody else was boys. She had no brothers. She had no sisters. And they were diehard Catholics. When I met her parents, she said, Gio, don't tell my parents that I'm pregnant. That's how hard. That's how hard it is. And when we was gonna go to the church to meet the priest, oh my God, she said, don't tell the priest that I'm pregnant. And I'm like, oh my God. We're gonna go to we're gonna go to purgatory. Oh my God! You cry over men all the time. Dude, we can't hang out, man. I need positive people, bro. I hope that man you crying is like Denzel Washington when he dies in a movie, or your favorite actor dies in a movie, or or the show. I hope that's what you mean. To love, look, to love somebody is nothing wrong with love because you want to love, but when that love becomes toxic, then you shouldn't be in that love. Yo, let me tell you something. I fell in love when I was like 16 years old, and I was with this girl for only 10 months, and I cried, and I was being hard on my be I was hard on myself. And then she wasn't being hard on herself. She was with another guy. She even gave this kid, she even gave that man, my boyfriend at that time, a baby. So I'm like, what am I doing here? I'm crying for her when there are thousands, when there are millions of other women out there. And I vowed myself that I never to do it again. And when my baby's mom, my first wife, did what she did, I didn't cry for her. When she cheated on me, I didn't cry for her. I was only angry because she did it in my hometown. That's the only part that angered me. But it didn't bother me because if she cheated on me, that means she didn't care for me. So I'm not gonna care for someone that doesn't care for me. What bothers me also is that she left our daughter alone for a guy. So that's the shit. Other than that, man, my wife tells me, "Why are you jealous?" Because I'm not gonna be jealous. Because if you're ever gonna cheat on me, you're gonna cheat on me regardless. If I keep you inside the house, the minute you go outside the house, you're gonna cheat. If I let you go outside the house and you find a good looking man, bro, you're gonna cheat. You're gonna cheat. So you're gonna cheat. So I'm not. If you're gonna cheat, then we're not meant to be. I'm not gonna say I'm not. Life is too short for me to cry. Robert said there's two sides of stories. No one's perfect. No one's perfect. I'm not bitter. You should be bitter because bitterness just makes you more tired. And yes, Robert, crying is good for you. Every man should cry once in a while. I cry. I don't care. I cry over movies too. Me too. What's the last? I saw a movie the other day. My wife said, "Are you crying?" I'm like, no, there's just something in my eye. But I do cry. Nothing wrong with that. If I break up with a dude that been with me, we've been with 2 3 years. Me. I may. I'm married, but if I wasn't married, I may feel hurt, but I wouldn't cry because if I would have known then what I know now, I wouldn't cry. I would have just moved on because while you're crying, he's happy. He's with another hoochie mama. You know what I'm saying? He's like, yo, what's up? And you're like, oh, 2 or 3 years is nothing to be with all the time. No, you got, no, it's not. Tell me 10 years, you'd be like, that's a different story. If you spend 10 years of your life where you're going to be doing something else. But 2 or 3 years, those 2 or 3 years is supposed to be, if you guys break up, it should be a learning experience. what not to do with another guy. Because there's a lot of things that girls do in a relationship that just messes it up. And like I'll give you an example. If I'm on a date and I meet a girl and she starts talking to me about her ex, because that's what they all do. They talk to you about her ex. That's good. No, I took my wife, and my wife has 2 kids. So I said, yo, I gotta get her and the kids, the whole package. So listen to this. So this is my thinking. So before I was married, so if I met a girl and we went on a date and she talked to me about her ex, blah 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 blah, I would tell her 2 things. I say, shut up, because I'm not here to your ex, or I say, continue, because I would let her vent, and then that vulnerability that she has, I would use that to my advantage. You know. Yeah, but if you don't want me, what if I play you and I say, oh, I love kids, oh, your kids are great, and I play with your kids, and you think, oh, you know what, he's good with kids, and then boom, I hit you up, boom, boom, we do bam, 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 and I leave you. So you can't be all like that. I said to women, never introduce the man that you with until it's for a long, long time. I saw the other day, it happens all the time. A 21-year-old kid killed a 3-year-old, his girlfriend's 3-year-old, because he wouldn't shut up and she was working. You don't do that. You don't leave the kids, even if you're with them 6-7 months. I don't care. No, you don't do that. And the internet was good, and then it went bad. So yeah, like I said, the only woman that I will cry for is my wife, my mom, and my kid. That's it. Yeah, a decade is a long time. You know, you spent 10 years. You're like, wow, I was in my 20s, now I'm 30. I can't get my 20s back. I could have done a lot of things. You made me. That's why, 2 or 3 years, it hurts, but it's okay, because it's just 2 or 3 years. It's okay. You can dust off, and you can say, you know what? I'm gonna have this. I'm gonna do this for a learning experience. I'm gonna learn what to look for, what not to do. You learn. But when you put in 10 years, and for this person to say it's over for whatever reason it may be, you'd be like, what? But 2 or 3 years is nothing. That should make you even stronger for the next person. So I've been with my wife. My wife and I have been now. Wow, this September it's been 9 years. Wow. It'll be 10 years. It'll be 10 years next year that we've been together. This month I think it just passed. This month will be 9 years, and next month is our 5th year anniversary. Fifth year anniversary in marriage, but we've been together for 9. Yes, it is horrible. Because what it is that she left the boyfriend with the baby and went to work, and they've only been together like 3 or 4 months, and the baby wouldn't stop crying. So I think he hit the baby, and then the baby went to sleep and didn't wake up. And then he called 911 saying the baby didn't wake up. Then he called her. I think this happened in Philadelphia. When I see that, I say, yo, girls, you can't be bringing any man home to your house. No, you can't get 2 or 3 years back, but it's better than 10. Would you prefer losing 3 years to losing 10? Because when when you're in your 10th year, you be like, what did I do wrong? What happened? Is it my fault? Then you start questioning all these things. 2 3 years, you can sit back and say, all right, okay, yeah, all right, fuck it. I think, well, Giovanni, you can't remember our university. You're sleeping on the sofa tonight. I don't sleep on the sofa in my own house. You crazy? Do you see what I got here? Pennywise? Well, a year is cute. That's what a year is. A year is cute. Oh my God, we spent a year together. We've been a year together. Oh my God. I tell my wife with 9 years, I go, damn, I know you 5 years. That's too long. 9 years is too long. Choo choo. My wife and I, we have a great relationship. We argue like every other relationship. We get mad at each other, but we love each other too much. We have our backs. We have each other's back, and we have a sense of humor. So we always joke around. You gotta 12. You have to get yourself a man that has a sense of humor. That's always joking. No, a year is not crazy long, and it's not that significant. Like I said, it's cute. Because in a year, you really don't know. In a year, you really don't know In a year, you really don't know a person. 10 years, you've known a lot of that person. In 10 years, you met his mom, you met his uncle, you met his auntie, you met his BFF when they were kindergarten. With a year, it's just so cute. You break up and they go, "What's Melvin? Oh, we broke up. Okay, Melvin. Yeah, a year's cute." You know how it is when you kids, when you're 15, 16, 17 years old, you get 1 month and you're 1 month. Like, oh my God, I want to spend, it's our first month anniversary. It's his first month anniversary. Oh, it's 2 months. We've been together for 2 months. Oh, we've been together for 3 months. Oh my God, we've been together. Oh my God. And then after the year comes, they'll be like, you don't do a year and a month. You don't do a year and 2 months. You do a year. And then comes then comes the second year. Then comes the third year. But that's the way it is. You know it. 1 month anniversary, 2 months anniversary, 3 months anniversary. Ooh. And you start wearing each other's clothes. Start going out looking the same. Which is nothing wrong with that. Don't get me wrong. But it's what you call those first 2, 3, 4, 5 months. It's called puppy love. And some people stay in that puppy love stage. Oh no, it is. It is a serious relationship. If you're monogamous, it's a serious relationship. But what I mean is a year. If you break up with a guy, it shouldn't be sufficient enough for you to cry over it. Cry, 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 cry. Yes, you can cry because it's painful, of course, but it's not something that's going to determine how you view or shouldn't, how you view other men, or how should you view other future relationships. Not in a year, because a year is only 365 days. And if you come look at it, if he lives here and you live there and you spend every day together, there's 365 days in a year. There's 24 hours in a day. You couldn't spend 24 hours with him. You spend a couple of hours with him. You calculate that, it'll be less than a year if you do the math. Don't you think? like I was telling Q, we all need somebody in our lives. We weren't meant to be alone. And when you have that good person that's with you, that you don't have to agree with that person, but it's with you through thick and thin, and laughs at your jokes when they're corny, actually it's cool. And you can fart. But we all do. Anyone that says that we don't need somebody, we all do need somebody. Gianluigi, tú estás fuera. Que tu gato está fuera. Well, guys, we've been here for a while. Let's see if we catch up tomorrow. Let's do the same thing, 8 o'clock, man. I never did no month-to-month nonsense, but I love. Okay, I give you the color thing. I'll give you the color thing because I think that's cute. But the month, that's 12 gifts, bro. 12 gifts that you got to give out in 1 year. That's a lot. Here you are. The girl gives you this big ass, whatever it is, and you just give her a flower. Like, here you go. Next month, she gives you something even bigger. You're like, damn. Well, nowadays, kids don't got no money, bro. They're like, yo, mom, can I get $5 for what? I want to buy my girl a gift. It's an anniversary. How many years you been together? Years, only a month and a half. What? Nene, please. Man, you would have asked your mom in your days, ask her for $5 to buy your boyfriend a gift. She probably would slap the shit out of you. You know what I can do with $5? Shit, you're not even going to be together next month. That's the way it is. Depending on the time. Me, like I said, if it's a 2 to 3 year thing, I wouldn't. If I know now what I knew then, I wouldn't have wasted so many time just a long time. No, I would not do that. I would just take it with a grain of salt, and I would have just moved on because you don't have that time to process, that time to be alone. It consumes you. It really does. And before you know it, you probably be alone for the rest of your life. While this other asshole is having the time of his life or the time of her life. So you just let it go. Let it go and move on. You got to moving on up to the skies. All right, 12L, thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. You were mad cool. I love it when you came out. Why do rabbits have a lot of babies? That was a good deflection. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. See you guys tomorrow. Make sure you have that notification button on if you subscribe, hit that notification so when I come on live or I do a video, you can see it. Peace and thank you.